KUGAN CASSIUS IFL TV in association with Mac the Knife Global. We're at BXR Gym here in London.
We're going to see you down here.
What?
We're going to see you down here.
I've heard about the prices, mate. I don't know about that.
It's very reasonable. It's a great facility, great gym. Have you ever seen a gym like this before?
A phenomenal gym. It is genuinely a phenomenal gym. Now, if this was a boxing contest, this would be, in height terms, a massive mismatch. So, but
it was a mismatch in the boardroom as well. That's the problem. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we spoke yesterday. Apparently, you missed the conference call. ASIF, true?
Yeah, because you were in the car, and I only noticed afterwards that he was doing an interview with you. That's why I didn't get my call.
Okay. It doesn't sound too positive, Brook Khan at the moment. Can you just give us a little update from your side? What's going on?
Listen, Amir came on TV and said that Kell doesn't want it. And the reality is, I think both fighters want it. It's the way it's going to get done, or how it can get done. And that's the biggest thing. And probably Kell saying Amir doesn't want it. So we understand from our point of view that both boxers are going to say neither or the other one don't want it. But reality is, it's very difficult.
Go along with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I said the other day in all the interviews, there's rarely been a communication channel between us and Team Khan, other than slagging each other off on Twitter, but there isn't that now. We're always talking. Yesterday looked like the fight broke down. It's not happening at the moment, but we're still talking. We still think it's the right fight for both fighters. We still think it's the right fight to happen. So you hope at some point you can find some middle ground. If you don't, and what happened the other day in our meeting was, shake hands, okay, we move on. And it wasn't, tweet that. We all want...
The tweets were good.
Oh, the tweets were excellent. The tweets good.
Yeah.
But no, there's no abuse between the teams, that's what I'm saying. So I think everybody, and I think Amir included, everybody wants to fight. I've been critical in the past. I didn't think Amir wanted it. I think he wants this fight. But I also think that for it to happen next, and I've said this, I think he wants a great deal. Maybe in time that'll change. But I think, do both fighters have an interim fight? There's loads of things to take into consideration, but frustratingly for the fans and for us and for the fighters, it doesn't look like it's happening next.
ASIF, obviously we know about this well-publicised 70-30 split from your side, Amir's side. Is that negotiable in any shape or form?
Listen, it's not about a split, it's about is each fighter happy with what they're going to get. Now that's the biggest thing, it's nothing to do with the split. The split is a percentage of what? We have some obstacles in place, we know that. I think Eddie understands the obstacles we've got in place. I don't think Terry understands the obstacles we've got in place, but saying that, they have some obstacles in place as well. They've got a mandatory with Earl Spence, which is a very, very tough fight. He's either gonna walk away from being a champion at 147, which I think is wrong, because Amir's fought plenty of mandatories in the past at 147, and he's lost. So if Kell's the best out there at 147, he can go and fight the mandatory at 147 instead of moving up to 154. I think moving up to 154, in my opinion, is an easy option to walk away, to say I'm no longer a champion, but I'm going to try another division. So if people of Britain want this fight, then there's got to be some common ground from them, and there's some common ground from us as well.
But you're saying about, or kind of dismissing the split terms, but quite clearly Eddie wants a 50-50 and you state that you want a 70-30.
We have a legal issue in the split. We have a contract already in place in the split, which we cannot go away from. So that is there for us. So we've got to be careful what the split is, in fairness to Amir. And right now, the split doesn't work for us. And like Eddie says, it might do in 12 months' time. But is that fight big enough in 12 months' time? People, British fans know the fight is right here and now. So from Kell Brook and his dad's point of view, they have to understand that if you want it and you want it big enough and you're hungry for it, forget the percentage, be happy with what you've got. And Eddie's always said, you've got to look at what you're getting and not the one across the road.
Is that true? Well, with what he's saying, that worry about what you've got.
Yeah, I do, but I still think you have to get some kind of parity and respect for what you deserve. He knows how I feel about it. I want to make this fight. I'm desperate to make this fight. And if we can nick a couple of percent here and there and convince people to get it over the line, unfortunately at the moment, the margin is too wide. That's the problem we got at the moment. Can that be tightened in the future? Yeah, I believe it can be, and I hope it can be as well. That's from both sides, by the way. That's not one person conceding, because everyone's going to have to concede. I said to ASIF, I think the other week, I think if this fight gets made, I think both fighters will be unhappy with the deal, whatever happens. It's the same with Quick Frampton. They were both pissed off with the deal, and Hey Bellew, they both pissed off with the deal.
Listen, we're never going to win. Promoters are never going to win. The fighters need to be happy in what they're getting. That's from Kell's point of view, be happy what you're getting. From Amir's point of view, be happy what you're getting. But the percentage, it's only a percentage of what. You've got to understand that.
So, by the way you're talking, and the fact that you two are still talking about this, means that there is still some light at the end of the tunnel.
We want to make the fight. It's the biggest fight out there for both fighters, in our opinion. So therefore, it's our job to provide the biggest fight out there for our fighters. So we're not going to give up. We're not going to just say, all right, mate, see you later. We did off the meeting. Now we pick it up. How about this idea? How about this idea? You've got to be creative. And, you can't give up, because sometimes when you think it's dead, that's when it happens.
So is it likely what Eddie was saying, that both fighters take an interim fight before you look to that fight now? Is that the...
We have plans for November. And this is the difficulty, not from our point of view, from Kell's point of view, because we cannot stand around and wait for Kell Brook. We have plans for November which are very, very likely to happen, and that's history making. And believe you me, I'm saying that now. So if it's going to be now, it could be now. If it's going to be next year, it might be next year, but it won't be November.
So in layman's terms, split-wise again, if the split isn't 70-30 in favour to Amir Khan, the fight doesn't happen, is that what you're saying?
It's nothing about the split.
But you're saying it's not, but...
KUGAN, it's nothing about the split. A split is of what? You tell me.
Well, obviously we don't know what pay-per-view buys. Is that what it's to do with?
A split is not a guaranteed lump sum
No,
of money.
I understand that,
yeah?
I understand that.
So in business, unless you guarantee that lump sum of money,
right, okay,
then talk about a split. But there's no guarantee of money that's coming from there. If Kell wants to make the highest purse that he's ever had, we're happy to offer him a guarantee of the best ever purse he'll have right now in his boxing career. More so than what he got from last time. And if that's what he wants, he's the man to talk to. If it's a split of what?
The problem is, that guaranteed purse is on the projected numbers. Is about
no, we guarantee it.
Yeah.
We guarantee
I'll
it.
guarantee it.
Yeah, you guarantee that guarantee.
I'll guarantee it's going to hit those numbers.
Yeah, but we're still
we
rolling.
know it's the biggest fight out there.
We're still risking it. We're still risking it. We don't know if them numbers are going to be hit.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
I think it's...
Nobody knows that. And that's that. You saying that, yeah, he'll hit the numbers. We saying we don't know if he'll hit the numbers. But we are prepared and happy to make him a guarantee of the biggest number that he's earned in boxing. Happy to do that.
So
the fight can be made.
Okay, so what happens now? I know you two were talking earlier on, and you are in contact with each other, but what happens
We
now?
keep talking. That's all you can do. Keep talking. We've got some decisions to make about the division in the next 2 weeks, and we'll let ASIF know what we're going to do. And they're not just talking to us, and we're not just talking to them. You'd be a mug if you were doing that. So we're talking to 4 or 5 different people about other fights, and so hey, you've got to keep your options open. So we'll see.
Okay.
We are where we are.
My missus is in there, she's giving me evil. So
Alright.
She's
Go on,
going to kill him. She's going to kill him.
it's supposed to be date night, I brought her down some gym for
You crack on. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to bring in Dennis Hobson. Dennis, IFL
Don't ask
TV.
me about a 70-30.
IFL TV's.
How many deals do you think I've done in the scrap metal? And you know when people go, they start looking, he just says exactly the right thing. When people start looking about what somebody else is getting, they're out of the game. If he wants his fight, he fancies it, and let's be honest, Amir's not in a good place at the moment. And like you look at him and think, well, is it the right time to take a big fight like that? He's at a disadvantage at this moment in time, Amir. He's got other commitments to deal with, so to talk about and keep pushing about percentages is not the right thing to do. The public want to see this fight, and if we were to tell you the figure, it would blow your mind what the guarantee is. And if he fancies himself that much, and I think Kell would take this fight, if you sat him in a room, he wants to take the fight, but he's just being respectful to the dad and to Kell. There's an element of risk here, and we're willing to take that risk because we've got to. Because where the percentage comes in is what the historic commitment is.
Listen,
that's where the percentage is making it difficult for us.
And our risk is far greater. Because Amir, everybody knows Amir, where he's at. Listen, we've got to be satisfied his mind's right. We've got to be satisfied he's right. We've got to be satisfied he's 100%. And if he wants to take the fight, and which he wants to, then he has to be rewarded a little bit more than Kell Brook. We're not saying 20% or 30% or you know, it's not about percentage. We are contractually obligated and we have certain factors to bring into place. And if them certain factors need to bring into place, let us pay the guarantee that we've said. Kell thinks he's going to win it. He beats Amir Khan, he's a superstar. Amir Khan beats Kell, he's still Amir Khan, because nobody's going to say that he's beating Kell Brook. Because he's going to say he's going to have weight issues. They're going to say, he wasn't right. Or they're going to say, well, you know, but we have a better fight to go down. And but we've got all the risk going forward.
So, I saw Kell Brook tweet saying to Amir today about 70-30 to the winner and loser. Is that very unrealistic to get
That's
that in place?
unrealistic to give percentage. And Eddie knows, at first we were talking about guarantees, and then it got flipped to percentage when the numbers were shown. That's because we had the numbers there. We didn't need to show any numbers, but we showed the numbers to say we have to pay people. We have certain things that we've got to get into.
It's going to be very difficult to make this fight happen, to talk about percentages between those two parties, because there's a third party who comes into play as regards the percentages.
Okay.
The only way this works is a guarantee for me.
Let's not forget, let me say this, yeah? It's going to go to purse bids. It's going to go to purse bids. Earl Spence fight with Kell Brook. He gets 25% of the purse bid, which is he's going to make a fifth of what he can earn fighting Kell Brook, fighting Amir Khan. So what does he want to go for? A big, risky fight against Earl Spence, a hard hitter, who's probably, in my eyes, beats Kell Brook for 25%? Or does he want to earn his best career purse fighting Amir Khan, which is a 50-50 fight?
He'll never get a better chance to have the bragging rights and to have the best period of his career. A fight which is not career damaging, not like the previous one.
Okay. Listen.
The speech happening there. You are cheeky, grabbing me and Eddie. But now people know.
But anyway.
People know.
All right.
You're good with these exclusives, and my battery's running out with this.
Just want to end by saying, Dennis, I'm very sorry to hear about the passing away of your father, and condolences. Must be a very difficult time for you. So
it's a nice
God bless you.
And thanks for you.
All right.
Thanks for your condolences.
Okay. Dennis Hobson, ASIF VALI, thank you very much.